Lehigh Country Club serving as the backdrop for this, the 36th edition of the Johnny Walson Jr. Memorial Golf Tournament, with all benefits going towards Valley Youth House. We welcome you back here to Lehigh Country Club, serving as this backdrop, as I mentioned, a Toomey and Flynn construction. They recently celebrated 100 years, 2010, that century anniversary was celebrated. It plays to a par of 70, 35 on each nine. Wayne Phillips is the head pro here, currently in his 35th year. Chris Brandt joins me here this afternoon. Chris, you're also a member of the tournament committee for this event, and I think first things, congratulations to all you guys. We just heard from the chair, John Yurkonik. Over 220 golfers here today. This is a busy afternoon here on the golf course.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. It's been a great year, and as I'm sure that you mentioned in the open, a historic year. We've raised more money this year than any in the past, and that's just hard to believe. But anyway, yes, I am back here on the 16th tee, and today's yardage is going to be 165 yards, but there's going to be two things that come into factor. One is there's a breeze that comes and goes, and the elevation change. So we're hoping to see a lot of good golf, but we have a great day here at Lehigh.
Four-person scramble, which means they will all hit from the tee. They will select the best shot from there until the ball is holed. Chris, it's all yours.
Thanks, Mike. And who else to start the program with but Mr. Tom Harrington, who we've already met. Got it going. I think it may come up a little short.
He should be loosened up. He played in the morning wave as well.
Yes, he did.
I tell you what, a wonderful job he's doing. Sixth year as the executive director and president of Valley Youth House here in the Lehigh Valley.
Next to play will be Mr. Don Outing. Also part of the Valley Youth House board. Oh, that's a pull. It's going way left, right where those carts are going.
Certainly you're feeling, you mentioned the breeze, Chris, and it has been inconsistent from the morning round to this afternoon. I know you really feel it up there at the tee, but right now there's no movement of the flag at all.
No. Again, yeah, but we do feel a little breeze here at the tee. Next to play will be Mr. Rich Worthley. Oh, that's even further left. So they're looking for a shot here from Mr. Jim Deutsch. Let's see if he can't get them something in play. Mr. Harrington's not terrible, I don't think. I think he may be between the bunkers.
May have come up short of them as well.
Yeah,
it would be a pretty good pitch.
Not going to be too difficult, but here's Mr. Deutsch. It's going just a tad right. Might get a piece. Also come up short, I believe.
It did, just in that little fringe area. I believe they'll have a pretty straightforward chip from there. All right, we are off and running. First of the 6 groups that we will be covering here today. More on Lehigh Country Club. Mentioned Wayne Phillips in his 35th year. He's assisted by Brian Saxon, who is his first assistant, Kevin Ryan, and longtime local pro Rick Fletcher is the director of instructions here at Lehigh Country Club. Mr. Fletcher is a former head pro at Berkeley Country Club. John Gishard is the green superintendent. Richard Adams is currently the president of the club. Lehigh Country Club, one of the greats in the area here. It has been consistently ranked top 100 in the state of Pennsylvania. And Chris, as we look around, they have also done a lot of work as well. In particular, notice the bunkering. They have reshaped some. They've raved some up in the lips. They've reworked them all. They had all the sand out of them. They put irrigation in so that they won't puddle up. I think the membership, now that that process is all finished, is really going to appreciate the way these bunkers will start playing around here.
Well, yeah, I also spoke with Wayne when I got here this morning, and he was really proud of that fact that they did do all the bunkers. You know, for years, they've had drainage problems here. Not major, but anytime we'd get a heavy rain, they'd have water in the bunkers and elsewhere just because of the low-lying areas. So with these improvements, as you said, I believe the members will be very happy with what's going on.
Yeah, some of those lower lying holes, this golf course does run along the Little Lehigh Creek, which winds down along those lower holes on the back nine, and certainly any kind of storms or rain you get, that just elevates in a hurry. So, you know, I know we're here to raise money today, and there were 80 golfers in the first wave of a shotgun start this morning. There's another 120 here this afternoon. I'll tell you, you talk about wanting and needing to get outside in today's society. It's a nice way to spend the next couple hours.
Well, absolutely, and kudos to everyone that is here. And again, record number of attendees. I don't know if you had mentioned earlier, but they even had a pickleball tournament, whatever that is. But I guess I'm too old to know what that is, but they had 28 players for that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's just been an outstanding day and an outstanding turnout, and the weather's just perfect.
And it's another reason why Lehigh Country Club really fits the bill for this organization. The pickleball courts and tennis courts located right adjacent to the parking area as you come in. All right, our first group has made the green here. We're going to see some golf action here. This is Jim Deutsch.
Jim Deutsch, yeah, will be the first to attempt.
Well, this is all about speed. I mean, you're looking to get 2 putts out of this. This digs a little bit. That's pretty good effort by Jim. Putt should move from their right to left as you come from the tee area. Jim will hustle up to that. Again, a scramble format. So it's just one ball that you're looking to get into the hole as soon as possible. Everybody plays the tee shot. As you can see, they picked the best shot from there. And now we'll continue to do the same as they get closer to the hole.
Mr. Don Outing.
He's going to try a little pitch shot. Pretty good stuff. Runs it up to about 5-6 feet shy of the pin. From where they are now, a little touch right to left, maybe breaking it.
Rich Worthley.
Opting for the putter. This has a chance. This has a real chance. How about that one to get us started, huh? How about that for a birdie, too? That's the first one we've seen all day. We were here setting up through the morning round, and that's the way it should be, huh?
Wow, that's just great.
Running it
well
in
executed
from the front part of the green. There are obviously also, as the day goes on, numerous prizes that are available. For example, here on the 16th, first hole in one will win a 3-year lease of a 2022 Lexus NX 250. Nice way to maneuver around town for a couple of days, or a couple of years, really. So that was the second hole for Tom Harrington, Rich Worthley, Don Outing, and Jim Deutsch picking up a birdie here on number 16.
Our second group of the day that also started on 15 is now approaching the tee. Mr. Grant Simmons, Mr. David Burke, Anthony, and William Murphy III. And first to play will be Mr. Anthony Bruschetta. Coming at it from the left side. Looks to have a little cleek, a little fairway wood. Again, 165, swirling wind. That's not going to get there. It was just a mishit.
You have not lost the ball yet.
Coming up short.
Pulled down the right side. Wind now back up, which I'm sure you're feeling at a greater degree up there on the tee, Chris.
Yeah.
This group representing Norris McLaughlin.
Sure you want me to aim right?
It's Mr. William Murphy III. Pretty good setup, going with a long iron. Well struck,
Well, I aimed at it.
but I think he lost it right. Yeah. The next member of this group, Mr. Graham Simmons, also looks to be a 4-5 iron. And I would guess, judging by the breeze now, he needs all of it. Oh, it's going. Got a chance to be good.
Very good spot.
Yeah.
Just pitched just shy
Good
of the
swing.
green. Yeah. Not quite sure if it got into the second cut. No, it's on the fringe. It's in very
Yeah.
good shape. They can probably put a putter on that.
And the last member of this group, Mr. David Berger. Also a lefty. Also going what looks to be a 5 iron. Good swing. Got it going pretty good. This could be good. Oh, I don't think he got. I think the
Bunker.
wind.
Yep.
Yeah, the
Bunker
wind knocked it
knocked
down.
Yep.
Yeah. He was looking at it for a long time, but wind knocked it down.
Here today, obviously, to spread the word of Valley Youth House, as I mentioned in the open, began back in 1973 as a single youth shelter here in the Lehigh Valley. It has been opened up to where it serves 5 counties and just does a terrific job. I'll be reading some of the thoughts of the people involved with today, and I'll start with Mark Tervelin. Valley Youth House does a wonderful job of both getting children off the street and keeping them in safe housing where they can develop life skills that allow them to become productive members of society. The funds raised today through this event will directly affect the number of children whose lives can be positively affected by this organization and by extension contributes to the betterment of the communities where we all live, work, and play. End of quote. Mark Tervelin, the Chief Operating Officer, Lutron Electronics, and he's also on the committee of the John Walson Memorial Golf and Pickleball, as you mentioned, that they have here. Pretty well put by Mark, who's been a longtime supporter of Valley Youth House, a member of the golf board here, and he's out there playing, enjoying a nice round of golf today as well.
Yeah, he's also the former chairman.
He is indeed.
Mr. Yurkonik took over for him, which, again, is just a change of pace kind of thing, but he's still readily involved. He's here on at the golf course today playing, so kudos to him for all his good work.
Team has a good shot here. They're going to have a good run at birdie here. We've already seen one.
Yeah, they're gathering all the balls.
Can become quite a hunt by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Mentioned the hole-in-one here would win a 3-year lease to a Lexus. There's also a putting contest sponsored by Sioka Dealerships. Putter donated by Wayne Phillips, the golf professional here, of course. Closest to the pin, sponsored by Equinox Benefits Consulting. That is on hole 13. The prize there is a Vokey wedge from Titleist. Let's pick up the golf action, Chris.
Okay. Let's see. We have Mr. Anthony Bruschetta first.
Tough putt. Really have to run it up along that fringe area for quite some time. It's going to break as it loses speed. Pretty good from there right to left.
Mr. William Murphy will be next to attempt.
Tough to get it high enough. That's going to turn away and down low. You know, if you have the confidence in your chipping, it's probably an easier chip than it is a putt.
Graham Simmons next to play.
Getting closer. Getting closer to getting it up there high enough. This is David Berger now.
David Berger, yes, it is. Wait.
And just a touch on the low side. As I mentioned, you really have to run it through that fringe or the first cut for quite some time. They've left themselves in a good spot to save their par, though.
And again, par is a good score on this hole today. Very difficult, but with the birdie, you definitely pick up a shot on the field.
Anthony Pritchard trying to save their par. Not easy. Should move a little from their left to right. If you keep the speed up, probably keep it inside left. Easy pickings. A birdie and a par so far through our first two group.
We're looking good.
Mentioned some of the other prizes that are here on hole 18. They have a long drive sponsored by Shift 4 Payments. We're going to see that group come through. That's a winner of that. Both men and women will get a dozen golf balls. And of course, you have the team prizes. Lowest gross score will win $100. I'm assuming in merchandise in the pro shop. Second low gross, $75 a player. And then four foursomes will pick up low net scores, first, second, third, and fourth. Chris, you have our third group.
As you mentioned, this is the Shift 4 Payments group now on the tee. And first to play will be Pat McMahon. Oh, going back for a club change, which I think is a good idea. Hopefully it's a little more, and it looks to be.
Say it's a one club win, Chris.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would think so. Good swing. It's going right at it, Mike. Right at it.
Golf shot.
Wow. What a great shot.
Pat McMahon, did you say?
Yes, that was Mr. Pat McMahon.
That's a perfect shot. That's right underneath the hole. Have a little right to left breaker going up the hill. We could see our second birdie. The rest of the guys now just try and improve on it. Try and win yourself a 3-year lease on a 2022 Lexus NX 250. We're still waiting for our first hole in one, Chris. We've been doing this a long time.
So this is Adam McMahon, Pat's son. Also has it going towards the green.
Bunker right.
Yeah.
Good club selection.
Yeah, he just came off of it a little bit. And this is Mr. Nick Miller. Will be next to play.
Shift 4, corporate environments.
Nope, didn't quite get it.
It's nice to have partners.
Yeah, a little behind it. And the fourth member of the Shift 4 Payments group, Mr. Aaron Thime.
Aaron, a former basketball player at Liberty High School, and a good one.
Also got a very good swing going right at the green.
Took one too many clubs as
Yeah.
he flew it.
Man, what a swing he has.
I told you, he's
Strong.
an athlete.
Yeah.
He's an athlete.
That just jumped off the club face.
Aaron has since moved touch out of the area. I believe he talked somewhere in the Philly area. Good swing and a good golf shot. Just took one too many. I think I'll help him out. I'll shag this one for him. Couple of more thoughts on Valley Youth House. This one From committee member Michael Gigler, I support Valley Youth House because of the great work they do for some of the most vulnerable youth and families in our region. Valley Youth House not only provides the basics of shelter and food at times of need, but they help to foster an environment where young people can develop important skills and thrive. Many of the clients of Valley Youth House don't have the same family support system that we take for granted. I'm honored to serve on the board of Valley Youth House, helping to empower young people, giving them a chance to thrive and prosper. Special thanks to the entire staff of Valley Youth House for the great work they are doing for our Lehigh Valley community. Michael J. Gigler, Senior Vice President, Senior Relationship Manager, Wells Fargo Commercial Banking, and committee member here for this golf tournament.
Yeah, Mike, one of the things I know you have in your notes also that I just was floored by, 14,000 youths will be serviced this year. I mean, that's just incredible in a 15-county area. Just remarkable what...
Serving close to 14,000 individuals across those 15 counties. It is indeed a wonderful organization, that is for sure. With his starts coming in Bethlehem back in 1973. Just can only imagine the countless number of youngsters who have prospered and benefited and become viable members of our community. Now, are we going to see another birdie here?
I hope so.
You're thinking, huh? Am I allowed to read it for him if they ask?
Oh, yeah. It's all
yeah.
for charity.
There you go, big man. Yeah, nice swing. Yeah, I know who it was. I caught him. It was a good shot. Two good shots. This is excellent here. This is the best shot I've seen all day. Yep. We were here for about the last third of the morning round.
Looks like they're going to let Mr. McMahon try to finish this off. Be a natural 2 for him.
You got to just, it depends how much speed you hit it. You know, on a scramble, You're going to probably hit it a little firmer. And if you put pace on it, it's probably just outside right. Good stroke. Pulled it a touch. Lie might do that to you. There's just a little bit of enough of a slope to the right side of this green from the golfer's perspective that can create a little bit of a stance issue.
Looks, that's Nick Miller who will be next to make an attempt at birdie.
And these guys have sponsored the long drive. Yeah, they're pointing the right direction. Now you just got to match the speed to it.
If I was a betting man, I might put some money on that Aaron. I don't know, just for the heck of it.
It'd be a good bet.
Oh.
Just turned. Here's Aaron Themey. Yeah, he plays a little golf. Good setup. Came up a little short. This be a tough one not to get.
And this last to play will be Adam, Pat's son, Adam McMahon.
To dig a little. It's the challenge when you get on country club greens, matching the break to the speed. Really solid hole. Aaron, what'd you hit? How about Chris, I just asked Aaron what he hit. He hit 7-iron long.
It's 165 yards into a breeze.
Yeah, and a good one.
And so that means it had to go about 180, I guess, to get over the green.
Because it flew the green. It was on a fly. Beautiful swing, really.
That's like pro level. You know, that's what the guys on tour are hitting 7-irons, 180 yards.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Valley Youth House, of course, has a number of fundraisers, and there's another one coming up in the Philadelphia area. That's going to be on Monday, October 5th of this year. Union League Golf Club, Liberty Hill, that will service the Philadelphia region. They also have their holiday gift drive. For more information on Valley Youth House, visit their website at valleyyouthhouse.org. Can really send you in the direction of really learning a lot more about the organization. Many ways to get involved. It's not just about dollars, you know, time, volunteering. There's be involved in the fundraising. There's a number of volunteers who are running around the golf course today to make this special day happen. Chris, you have our fourth group.
Yeah, Mike, I do. This group's starting on hole 14. There's two gentlemen from the Nork Company and also two from Wells Fargo. You had just mentioned Mr. Mike Gigler, and he happens to be here on the tee with me. His playing partners are Rich Slaughtery, Jim Fuller, and Bill Westhaffer. And it looks like Mr. Slaughtery will be first to play. Again, this group brought to us by Wells Fargo.
Tell you, men playing the blue tees. Seniors 65 and over, white tees. Ladies, of course, the red tees. There are some challenges from those blue tees, especially par threes. You're playing blue tees here. Awesome. These 4 par threes are, every one of them is, you know, the next one is better than the next.
Absolutely. This is going to come up to the left, might catch the bunker.
Good club selection,
Yeah.
pitched about pin high. I did see one bounce. I'm not sure if it kicked into one of those new bunkers or not. Again, as you watch our coverage here in the Service Electric Network, the entire golf course, we reworked all of the bunkers. Just recently finished that project.
Sorry, my friend.
And Mr. Mike Gigler now on the tee. Again,
Maybe that's a good omen. I don't
from
know.
Wells Fargo. This one's also, it's trying to cut back to the right. He may get a piece.
Sure will.
Yeah. Again, looks like a very good
I couldn't
distance.
see it.
Tell him to bring his dancing shoes.
Yeah. It was fighting to go right.
Yeah, well, he had enough of a turn on it, and you know, it is a generous sized green, one that you really don't appreciate from the tee. When you get down here, you realize, you know, it's a pretty nice area.
And next to play will be Mr. Jim Fuller.
Beauty of getting it on these greens too. They're so perfect. I mean, you can make them from anywhere. We've already seen a long one run in from just short of the green.
Didn't quite get it. And the final member of this group, Bill Westhaffer. He's got it going right at it. If it's enough club, it's going to be good.
Started on a good line. That's going to pitch short, one
Yeah.
hop, and perhaps in the bunker.
Again, it looked like the wind just kind of knocked that one down a little also. This group, Mcglory, it's their first time here. Knorr is an architectural firm that was instrumental in designing Camp Fowler, which has been an awesome program talking about the use. Also, Service Electric was a big part of that, providing internet and Wi-Fi for Camp Fowler. So kudos to the gentleman from Knorr and them. Their first time here, we obviously hope they come back and enjoy this tournament again.
Well, we talked to Tom Harrington in our open and asked them about the good things happening at Camp Fowler. That is just such a wonderful opportunity for the kids to be in a shelter, be in a safe place. They've got a lot of work going on there, and they can house over 100 at one time, and I'm pretty sure he also explained that now they can stay open all year round as well,
Yeah.
which is certainly a big aspect or a big positive for Camp Fowler.
4 brand new structures, which is just incredible to house the kids in the camp. So it's really awesome to know all the work that's being done there.
Michael, good shot. Valley Youth House, their mission statement, and I quote, Valley Youth House is the catalyst for youth to achieve their desired future through genuine relationships that support families, ensure safe places, and build community connections. Our group in the process of doing a little golf ball hunting. Mike Giggler had no problem finding his. He's using that new technique of kind of just feeling the slope with your feet. This green, a little bit tricky. The putt that they have overall will move from their left to right. Again, it's going to be the speed you hit it. If you're trying to roll at a proper distance, I would think you got to get it a couple of cups left of the hole and let it kind of just drift down there and let gravity do its job. Again, you get it on these greens here, they're all makeable. They have that kind of pace.
Yeah, it's always impressed me. When you stand here on the tee, you can absolutely see the slope from left to right, or kind of it goes to that front right part of the green. But when you're on the green, you don't notice it as much.
Mike Giggler's going to be first to go. He's the one that hit the shot there. This is going to have the pace. That's a really, really well-struck putt. And it did move from his left to right, left it just underneath the hole. That's the well-played hole by Mike. Senior Vice President, Wells Fargo, commercial banking.
And a great supporter of Valley Youth House. He's been here a long, long time. This is Bill Westhaffer.
Need to get up a little bit. Needs a little bit more. Another good putt. Another good putt from that distance. Touch closer, as you can see Mike remarking it, as that is their best putt to this moment.
Jim Fuller, attempt at birdie.
I don't think he hit it as solid as he wanted. Boy, was he buying a good line, too. He knew it right when he hit it, though.
And the final member, Richard Slaughtery.
This one looks to be buying a pretty good line, maybe carrying a little too much pace. What a beautiful putt. Just on the top side. The only thing you can do better than that putt there is make it.
Seeing a lot of good golf today.
Yeah, we are.
Gosh.
Oh, how could you not, huh?
Yeah.
How could you not? Temperatures upper 70s, maybe creeping into the lower 80s. The breeze we talked about, while it might be a little bit of a hindrance on this shot here, providing just a wonderful afternoon. 120 golfers in the afternoon wave. They had in excess of 80 here this morning. That's a record. They never had that many, and the result is going to be a number that will set a new standard for this tournament. They're looking at, talking to Tom Harrington, close to $350,000 through today's efforts.
Yep, that's correct. And overall, I believe they passed the 2.5 million mark.
2.7.
Yeah.
2.7, yeah.
That's what my notes.
36th year of the golf tournament, one of the long standing traditions. They've really found a nice home here at Lehigh as well. Chris, you have some more golf for us.
Our fifth group of the day. This group brought to us by Victaulic. This is Mr. Mark Vandevoor. I got it going right at it, but I don't think it's going to get there.
Sounded pretty decent. Nope. So one bounce. I talked about the bunkering program that they're so proud of that they redid here at really, I mean, it's amazing when you rework those and work on those edges, raise them up a little bit, the definition that it gives to a golf course. A couple of bunkers left side of this green. There's a slight opening at the front. If you have something working right to left, that might get a kick up onto the green. But for the most part, you have to carry it onto the surface.
Joe Galley now on the tee. This one's going a little right. Might catch a piece if it's...
Boy, what a good speed it was, too.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be close.
Nah, he's a little frustrated. He hit it well. That ball landed perfect, pin high. Kicked into the bunker.
And it's Mr. Rob Thompson next to play. Very lofted club. And he's looking for it to come left to right. He might be right where we saw the last one.
He's got it. Just in the high grass.
Oh,
little bit unlucky.
Yeah.
That ball was good enough to be on the green, but it landed just in the high grass. And, I mean, certainly a doable pitch from there. As a scramble format, you're going to be able to give yourself a decent lie. They're in good shape there.
And the final member of this group, Mr. Jeff Mcglory. Oh, this one's well struck, but it's working right.
Good shot.
Yeah, got a good, just hung in there long enough.
Second best shot of the day.
Yeah.
Took a little pitch forward, and that's going to be a very makeable birdie putt. Just came to a complete stop at that moment. Very good shot. Morin Valley Youth House, as we continue to try and offer up to our viewers and our subscribers the great work that they do. And I quote, "We envision a world in which every young person belongs to a nurturing community." I mean, Chris, you and I are obviously society, paying attention to all the mishaps that we're having, for lack of a better way to put it, throughout our communities, in our schools. I mean, community is the operative word right now, and I'm not surprised to see so many community leaders out here on, I mean, it's a great day. You don't know that when you sign up, but just the thought of community and being a part of it and trying to make it safer, more productive, that's got to be the operative goal right now in society.
Well, yeah, and again, we talked about it earlier today. Probably more now than ever. I mean, this is important. With all the tragedies that have been happening across the United States involving young people, youth, that we need to get them in the right direction. And then, of course, Valley Youth House, that's what they're trying to do.
Tom Harrington talked to that very point as a way to, try and get these youngsters sheltered and, just help to point them in the right direction. It's not a giveaway. I think the one thing that has always impressed me with Valley Youth House is it's not a giveaway. They're not giving handouts to these youngsters. They are going to earn what it is that they, or that they need. But, the combination certainly has proven to be the right one. All right, we're going to get another birdie here. There's going to be movement right to left. We saw one of the teams come out of the rough there. This not having to do that will make this much less difficult than the other. This is Mark DeVoort, I believe.
Yes, it is. Mark Vandevoort.
Get it high enough? No. I'll tell you the other thing, too. You got a gust of wind there?
Yep.
That turned it over a little bit.
And that's one of the biggest things with amateur golf, that they don't realize how the wind can affect the putt. They know it's going to affect their longer shots, but how it can affect the putt, especially on slick greens like these, it's really effective.
That one as well just ran out of gas a little bit.
Jeff Mcglory, his attempt.
Yeah, that one carrying a little too much speed.
And the final member to attempt birdie will be Joe Gailey.
Chance, no, carrying a little too much speed.
Wow.
So they'll have to settle for a 3. Boy, we saw 2 terrific shots in there come away with par. Morin Valley Youth House, as it began in 1973 as a single shelter in Pennsylvania's Lehigh Valley, open day and night, ensuring the vulnerable, abused, and homeless young people in the community had access to shelter and counseling. Even then, we represented more than just a roof and beds. We were an organization committed to building a solid foundation for every youth who came through our doors. That same dedication still strives today as we have grown from the first shelter in the valley to 300 residential facilities throughout Pennsylvania. While our reach and programming have vastly expanded to include street outreach, skills training, health prevention, and intervention services, our mission remains the same. We do whatever it takes to make sure that every young person we meet has a sturdy base upon which to build a healthy future. For nearly 50 years, we have been proud to be there for 2 generations. We stand ready to be there for the next generations as well. Our doors remain open. We just have more of them as of now. The end of quote from the Valley Youth House. And indeed, Chris, they are going to be having a 50-year celebration, and you can bet that that's going to be some kind of year for Valley Youth House.
Yeah, next year, 50 years. That's very exciting, and hoping to be a part of it. And, yeah, that's going to be really special. And, again, kudos to, as you were mentioning, all the business leaders that are here today. You know, times are tough. There's everything's so expensive, but yet, as you've been saying, they fill this field totally, and more so. And congratulations, and a big thanks to all the business people that are here today, and we hope to see them again next year.
36th year of the Johnny Walson Jr. Memorial Golf Tournament. The tournament has raised $2.7 million for homeless foster care, vulnerable youth and families served by Valley Youth House. They added a pickleball tournament this year. John Yurkonik, the Chief Executive Officer of the Yurkonik Agency, is this year's chair. And one of the other things, Chris, we haven't mentioned, the Jetaway feature.
Yeah.
Sponsored by East Coast Jets, 4 lucky foursomes taking a private jet to Legionnaire, Pennsylvania to play Laurel Valley Golf Club. Arnold Palmer's winners are I.B. Abel, Jingali Power, Bennett Automotive Group, and Sandler. I'd like to just carry their bags for the day. Travis and Rosenberg of Pennsylvania. Also the Lexus Champions for Charity Auction. Golfers have a chance to represent Valley Youth House at the 2022 Lexus Champions for Charity National Championship at Pebble Beach Resorts on December 7th through the 11th of this year.
I think, Mike, and I know he's one of your heroes also, as is mine, just the fact to see the little museum there of Arnold Palmer must be phenomenal. You being a historian, I would love to see that. They say they kept it just as they have always, and what a treat.
That's for sure. Do we have one more group here we're going to show, or are we out of time?
No, we have one last group.
Okay.
A special group. Service Electric. We actually have 3 groups here today. This group will be last on the. This is Mr. Jeff Frack.
Heard a good click from down here.
Looks good. Came up short.
Club short. I think it missed the bunker. I saw 2 bounces. And if need be, it's certainly doable from there. That's a playable shot.
Mr. Mike Semmel, next to play. Again, these are all Service Electric members, hard workers, much harder than we work. Line drive. He's headed for the opening. Oh, kick to left. It's going to come up in the bunker. And next player will be Mark Pelosa. Good looking stance. Good setup. Got a little bit fat. Needs to get a big hop, I believe.
It's going to be a good spot.
Yeah,
that's
not
fighting
bad.
to get on the green.
Yeah, just a little behind it.
It's fighting to get up on the green. I think it's going to be that picture, that putt we saw earlier. Actually, it got up into the heavier rough.
And
Good spot.
Now our friend, Mr. Chuck Chip-In Green, known for his a number of chip-ins that we've witnessed over the years. Chuck, avid golfer, great swing. Oh, came over the top. That's going to be way left. But again, we appreciate Service Electric's commitment, and for these guys to be here today to play, it's just awesome.
Talked about this year's golf committee led by John Yurkonik, who was the chair. Dennis Begley, who is affiliated with the Lehigh Valley Phantoms. Chris, I mentioned you are also part of the tournament committee. Arthur Dorm, marketing president, Lehigh Valley BB&T. Michael Gigler, we met. Nice shot he hit in here. Philip Jackson, Joseph Leonard, Adam McMahon, Lisa Pugliese, Stephanie Raymond, Graham Simmons III, Esquire, Mike Starner, who is Senior Business Development with us at Service Electric, and Mark Tervalin, the this year's committee for 2022. Tom Harrington and I talked in the open about the effect of the COVID-19 pandemic. You know, it's interesting. They didn't miss a beat. You know, and one of the interesting things is because of the pandemic doesn't mean the needs of these youngsters, you know, go away. As a matter of fact, they get increased. And he was very proud of the fact that a couple of years ago, I guess we had to move it up or back a little bit in the schedule, and he was just proud to be able to get the tournament in every year. And obviously the proceeds speak for themselves, but to be able to organize that and do it in a safe manner was quite a juggling act.
Yeah, they last year they moved it to August, which in fact was the same week as Music Fest. So due to our commitments there, we couldn't be here, but they immediately moved it back to this time of the year, which is a good thing. Mike, I also want to add, isn't Mr. Yurkonik also the president here at Lehigh this year?
He was.
Oh,
no, he was. Yes.
He was. He's not no longer. Okay, I wasn't sure.
No. But Richard Adams is now the current president here of the club. But John did have that.
I know he served.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Proud of the way he said he was playing with one of his sons today. He said he was.
Oh yeah.
Really proud of the way the golf course looks here for this event that has become home for Valley Youth House.
Yep. So Mr. Jeff Frack will be first to play.
Well, they're trying to pick out a spot. And again, if you're going to try to make it, chipping is probably the way to go. And you mentioned it, Chuck Green is his...
One of the best.
Yeah, he sure is. So,
one of the best short games I know of. You remember the tournament we played in at Steel Club, and he chipped to back holes. Just incredible.
Not an easy shot to make, because you just have to... You really got to throw it up in the air a little bit and have it, pretty well right of the hole, and then kind of let it trickle down there. It's
Mike Semmel.
Not an easy shot to make. Both of those a little too firm. Now you have to make sure, you get something in there where you save your three. I mean, this is certainly a team that has the ability to win an event like this, which usually you have to get the double digits, 10, 11, 12 under par. Mark Pelosa is.
Yeah, Mark.
He's going to putt it. Trying to get it up through that fringe. We haven't seen anybody able to get it high enough from there. And now Chuck Green. Carried it a little too firm. Again, it's just not an easy shot. That's the bottom line. Even if you use the wedge or whatever it is you like to chip with, they have some work left for three. Gonna think you're gonna maybe take the one coming uphill. They're now down to two choices, and Now decision time. Yeah, they will come uphill. Little right to left. Just off the right edge with a little pace should work. This group say how they were doing, Chris?
They did not. No. I know they missed birdie on the last hole. They missed the green there also. So might be struggling just a little bit. A lot of holes left for these guys, though.
Get in there. Are we allowed to cheer?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, I thought there was no cheering in the press box.
Looks like Mark is going to be next to try. Wow. I was about to say we haven't seen a bogey all day, but I better not. Which is unusual. This hole is very tough. We usually have, maybe one or two.
We do indeed.
This guy's pretty solid, though. Wow.
Well, that'll sting a little bit. Unable to get it up and down from that right, and just a little short. Tough angle to come in at. Be a bogey for that team, but you're representing Service Electric today. You certainly can't come up on the short end. Folks with the tournament very appreciative to what has happened in the name of our former owner and president, Mr. John Walson Jr., his name on the title sponsor of this event, and one that he really cherished in his time that is all too short time that he was with us, Chris.
Yeah, it was very, very, very short. And it was just an honor and a privilege to be out here in these tournaments. I mean, he loved it, that we were the main sponsor, and that he just loved being here, loved giving back to the community. And as I said many times, he not only pioneered the cable industry, he pioneered giving back to community. Like, all the other business owners were saying, hey, Service Electric's everywhere. Like, what are we doing? And encourage other business leaders to get involved. And I give him credit as being the founder of Charity Golf also.
Well, he certainly put his name on it, and his son, John M. Walson, now carrying that same banner in that same role. So we thank him for his efforts here today. Again, the magic number, $350,000 or thereabouts, expected to be raised here by this special event. This is the 36th edition of the Johnny Walson Jr. Memorial Golf and Pickleball Tournaments, which they added this year. ValleyYouthHouse.org for more information. That will do it for our coverage here this afternoon. We certainly hope you enjoyed it. Want to thank Tom Harrington. Want to thank the event chair, John Yurkonik, and of course Chris Prand, who is also a member of the committee. For all of us here at the Service Electric Network, I'm Mike Zambelli. Thanks for tuning in for this, the 36th edition of this Valley Youth House event. Enjoy the remainder of your evening.